Bakari, what do you think of all that? What Hasan Piker was telling Donnie?
I wish he was paying attention. I mean, it's patently absurd.
Yeah, he's right. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, it seems to me like Bakari Sellers is not a fan of mine. I will be showing the meme to him. Oh, Bakari Sellers was asked about my one clip on CNN. Bro, there's a lot going on. This CNN, the CNN clip is making the rounds right now. It went on Fox News. It went on it went on like a bunch of other CNN broadcasts, and they just keep asking like Democrat Party consultants, like, what do you think about this clip from this male podcaster, the Joe Rogan of the left? And yeah, you know, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see people you know, be tasked with having to respond to like the most normal question and objectively fail to do so in the appropriate way. Don't ever ask a Democrat to do left populist policies, okay? Don't ever do it. It's like, this is funny. Gay people be like, this is my comfort show, and then show you the most emotionally devastating, stress-inducing, tragic piece of media you've ever witnessed. Hasan streams. Yeah, we will never have self-reflection. Do not ask us to reflect. On Pod Save America, love when you said the U.S. president needs to use agencies against Democratic senators to give them consequences, especially using all the actually up personal connections they use while in office. Yeah, I like that was considered a bridge too far to like actually hold politicians accountable and not let them get away with just doing is like a shocking revelation. Like, yeah. I'm fairly certain that most people, if they were to encounter that position the first time ever, without ever considering it beforehand, they'd be like, no, that's great. I love that. You know, that's my favorite thing. Please do that. I mean, here, I'm not saying do this. Former Bank of China chairman sentenced to death for 2-year reprieve for bribery. I'm not saying that. But like, maybe let's have some fucking law and order, not for like the poor Americans who are, you know, engaging in black market affairs specifically because they have no other upward social mobility opportunities. But anyway, let's hear what the new hit was from CNN.
Social media superstar, really, with almost 3 million followers on the video streaming platform Twitch. He's a progressive fan of Bernie Sanders. So popular, Democratic Party invited him to the DNC in August, and he sat down with CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan. Here's a little bit.
There's a general sense that when it comes to the world of podcasts, alternative media, I don't even know what you want to call it, that Trump did a much better job with that than Democrats and Harris.
Absolutely. I think that's true.
Harris did consider going on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But she didn't. What is it that the Democrat Party has to do differently?
Well, I think that they need to change their policies.
It's a policy thing.
Yes, it's 100% a policy thing. Which is the boring answer. Although it would be very self-serving for me to say, I'm the left's Joe Rogan, the Democrat.
I think even CNN are getting the same clips from Reddit. What are you talking about? This is CNN's own clips.
The Democratic Party should give me millions of dollars. That's not going to solve this problem. What will solve this problem is if the Democratic Party actually adopts real left-wing economic populist messaging instead of purposefully avoiding that stuff because they're terrified of upsetting their corporate donors. I think Trump speaks to male insecurities better, and I think Trump speaks to the anger that people have, whereas the other side of the political spectrum does not speak to that anger at all.
Joining us right now, CNN senior political commentator Bakari Sellers and Lance Trover, the former spokesperson for Doug Burgum when he was running in the...
Burgomaniacs, rise up. Oh, if he only knew. If he only knew how much of a burger head I was, you know what I mean? If he only knew that I was a burgomaniac.
Republican presidential primary. It's good to see you guys. Thank you. Bakari, what do you think of all that? What Hasan Piker was telling Donnie?
I wish he was paying attention. I mean, it's patently absurd.
Yeah, he's right. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, it seems to me like Bakari Sellers is not a fan of mine.
To say that he wishes that Kamala Harris would adopt some populist economic policies. Was he talking about the fact that she wanted to build 3 million new homes.
That you misunderstood, my friend. You and I have very different understandings of what left populism looks like. If you think a private-public partnership and deregulating the housing sector is left economic populism, well, that's why you keep losing, Bakari. That's why the party keeps losing. It's not I that hasn't been paying attention. It's you, my friend. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. We should just keep doing this shit over and over again, honestly. Yeah, that's good. This is good stuff.
With housing tax credits, or was he talking about the child tax credit or the earned income tax credit?
I like that everything that he suggested is a tax cut, by the way. This was another thing that I mentioned in my conversation with Pod Save America, with John Lovett, where I was like, when you think about it, when you think about where the Democratic Party is now and the economic messaging that they have, 40 years ago, like, this would be considered the right-wing position. That's what's so crazy about it. Like, it's all tax credits and deregulation. Is tax cuts. Like, that is crazy. That's crazy that this is like, you don't understand. Kamala Harris is talking about the opportunity economy. That's left populism. It's like, no, it's not. And the reason why these guys, I can't tell if Bakari Sellers here is just like genuinely lying on purpose. Like, he knows better, but he's still lying. Or if he's just oblivious because he has never encountered someone in his immediate vicinity that goes, what are you talking about? Like, no one thinks this is cool.
I mean, the economic policies that she laid out were numerous. And she was the one who actually put forth policy plans. She put forth policy plans for African-American males. She put forth policy plans for Hispanic voters. So, I mean, I find it really troubling.
Yeah, he didn't understand it. That's great. Okay. Yeah, she put forth policy plans for African-American voters. Like, dude, that shit doesn't work. It literally failed. What's wrong with you? Hey, Central Committee, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream, brother. I love that. I love that he's like, what are you talking about? Excuse me, tax credits for black men with cryptocurrency accounts? That's populism. I don't get it. Like, what? It's like, dude, none of that shit worked. Why the fuck are you talking about this? Can you give me some examples of real left-wing populist economic policy? Yes, and I talked about it on Pod Save America as well. A federal jobs program that actually builds socialized housing, builds public housing that actually claws back the housing market prices, that draws it down by force, okay? Left populist economic messaging dictates billionaires and corporations are the enemy, okay? You should just openly state that. You should be like, no, these guys are the bad guys. These are the people that are fucking your lives up, okay? You don't like your boss. Now think about how bad your boss's boss actually is, okay? Hyper-focused, hyper-targeted, means-tested, focus-tested messaging for means-tested policies are not effective. It's just not. Nobody cares. Nobody understands it. You look like a boring, nerdy loser when you talk about that. Universal programs, universality is the key principle here. Okay? Bakari Sellers is a former, somewhat progressive guy who just, you know, took a bag and went and had his like very open heel turn as always. Classic.
Economic policies that she laid out were numerous, and she was the one who actually put forth policy plans. She put forth policy plans for African-American males. She put forth policy plans for Hispanic voters. So, I mean,
that's so funny. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't get it. Like, what? Everybody loved. This doesn't make any sense. Everybody should have loved when Kamala Harris said, we're going to do $50,000 in tax credits for black men that graduated from an HBCU that work in a, you know, underserved neighborhood for 3.5 weeks. Like, that was like a banger policy. Why would people are just too stupid to recognize how banger of a policy it is. You know what I mean? People are just too dumb. They're just too stupid. Why didn't it work?
I find it really troubling when people want to have a policy discussion. The fact is, more people know what was in Drake's lawsuit against you. And
Z-Dubber, thank you for the 10 community give this up. Yeah, no. Look at that. Look. The ultimate point here is people are too stupid. They just know about like Drake's lawsuit more than they know about Kamala's policies.
When people want to have a policy discussion, the fact is more people know what was in Drake's lawsuit against UMG, and they've actually studied that more than they studied Kamala Harris's policy proposals on social media. So I don't really want to hear a conversation about she should have put forth more economic policy proposals.
Let me at this man. Let me at this man. We are the losers. I know. Ay, ay, ay. Bakari's response. He thinks 50K in tax credits for startups in the opportunity economy and a private public partnership for building 3 units of housing is left populism. He then implies, why are you talking like that? Because I'm tweeting. He then implies the voters are too dumb to pay attention. I'm going to say Bakari's response to me is a perfect distillation of why Dems lose. He thinks 50K in tax credits for startups in the opportunity economy and a private-public partnership for building 3 million units of housing is left populism. He then implies the voters are too dumb to pay attention. Kaya's not missing. She's behind me. Slow typing ass. This is why I love you. Okay, guys, I'm not a slow typer. I'm literally fucking thinking out loud and trying to put together a decent message. Y'all are so fucking annoying. Yeah, tax cuts for transnational black men. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to prosecute transnational gangs. Prem looked through some of the comments, says many comments, including from Pod Save fans, praising them for inviting Hasan, saying he's articulating things they've long felt, plus expressing contrasting frustration with the convo with the top Harris staff. Feels like a long time coming debate now unfolding more openly. Neat stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm very grateful for the Pod Johns I'm very grateful for the Pod Johns for putting me up there, because like I think that a lot of people do feel this way. And when someone communicates their feelings and their anger and frustration, I think they develop a better understanding of why they feel the way that they do, why they're frustrated with the Democratic Party. And I think it's a good thing. Gotta admit, this guy knocked it out of the park by the way I feel about the party and direction it's gone since 2009. What does he understand me better than the people who are paid millions of dollars do? I'm not a Hasan guy, but this was really good. This conversation had 10,000 times more substance than the interview with the Harris campaign staff. Holy shit, Lamau. Hit on so many real solutions to conversations I've seen online and IRL. Been a pod member since 2018. I've drifted in the past 2 years, and this guy on here is speaking facts. You need someone to shape up this party or they won't fight the fascists. I was a first-time voter in 2008 for Obama. I didn't know shit about politics, but I clearly understood what Piker describes as his North Star. Those being Obamacare, ending the Iraq war, and consistently messaging hope for the future. You know what's great about all 3 of those? They're universal. They reached every single American, not just some specific portion of the electorate. I haven't seen this guest before, but he makes a lot of points that I first heard from Pod Save years ago that got me first interested in the podcast. Wish every guest could be like him. This conversation offers a better analysis of the Democratic Party and contains more substance than the previous conversation with the Harris campaign staff. Hasan correctly pinpoints the issues the party has and is able to offer possible ways to tackle them, which the consultants were barely able to do. It's so much better than being, oh, we couldn't do this because of that. We want a party that fights, not a party that keeps capitulating to the right. I don't know who this Hasan guy is, but he seems really great. So, you know, it was great that they did that. I'm very grateful that they actually had me on. And so that I could, you know, reach this new audience of you know, like-minded liberals who are progressive in their hearts, but just like don't understand why the Democrats are not really representing their interests. Like these are people that vote for the Democratic Party. This is what I try to explain to people. Oh yes, this is excellent. And by the way, I love these guys immediately. Oh yes, this is excellent. By all means, hang your hat on Hamas. The U.S. deserved 9/11 Piker. This will work wonders on attracting non-extremists. Lamau, all the Hasan fanboys going, oh wow, I've never seen this Hasan stuff, but I 100% agree with every word. Yeah, dude. My fans are in the comments of the Pod Save America, the Pod Save America YouTube video being like, I have been a lifelong, I've been voting for the Democratic Party since 2008. This Hasan guy sure seems great. They're all faking it. Every positive comment is a fan of mine, actually. I don't know why my haters spend this much fucking time and this much effort just like constantly inventing ways in which like, oh no, the people must not appreciate him. They all see that he is a radical, irrational, communist piece of shit loser. He fucking sucks. Oh shit. What the fuck? Dude, That's crazy. There's a white spider, and I don't even know. I've never seen a white spider before. I feel like a white spider is probably poisonous, right? Would it bite you? No. I did not kill it. Calm down. Delete the VOD before Maya sees it. No, I didn't kill it, but I did throw it in the trash. Venomous. Anyway, 180,000 views. It's already no fucking way. This interview is about to pass the one that they did with the staffers in one day. That's crazy. And the one that they did with the top Harris staff is like actual journalism. You know what I mean? Like that one actually features like new information. This is the first interview that they did with the fucking actual staffers. Yeah, pump it, dude. Pump that shit. I don't like that Lovett described using a federal agency to investigate a sitting senator's obvious conflicts of interest as politicizing the agency. These people should be held to the highest level of scrutiny. What's going on right now? Illegal immigrants aren't executives at BlackRock. Your landlord is not a trans person. This is the message. The fact that John is willing to admit that the majority of establishment Democrats feel comfortable at a table with a Cheney than a leftist is shocking. The Democratic Party cannot be a vehicle for progress so long as it remains, so long as that remains the case. That is a withering indictment of the party, whether John recognizes it or not. I think Hasan articulates the problem that so many Western countries have with their labor left-leaning parties. Certain communities are already organizing on their subreddit to brigade the video. Dude, that is a sad state of affairs that perfectly demonstrates that you do not give a fuck about like actual politics and actual change. And the only thing you care about is like resentment and anger that you feel towards a content creator that your favorite content creator hates. It is cultish thinking, and I hope you fucking break out of it soon, okay? I really, really, really hope you break out of it. Because, wait, what the fuck? I don't know what I did here. God damn. Oh. It's so crazy. Like, it is genuinely crazy. Like, I saw the fucking email campaign that they did where they're like trying to fucking mass email Pod Save America to be like, why did you guys have him? Like, that's, dude, imagine this is how you spend your time is Thanksgiving, okay? Instead of like hanging out with your family or whatever, like leading up to Thanksgiving, all right? It's not like, this isn't activism. You know what I mean? This isn't activism at all. It's crazy. It blows my fucking mind. Where is it? I saw it. Like I saw someone, you know, getting together to do mass raids like on the fucking Discord that they just like sit around at. And they were like, oh, we got to figure out a way to like get these people to hate this guy. It's so odd, bro. Please, like Donald Trump is fucking president. Do you actually care even a little bit about politics? I didn't realize Hutch was a deorbiter. I thought he was just a regular lib.
The thing that surprised me least about the election was the sharp.
He was apparently very mad about CNN interviewing me. I did see some comments, some choice comments in here where people were just like, I don't know, people could not comprehend why. Where is it? Oh, is this it? Hasan being supported by mainstream left media is blackpilling me so hard. Is Hasan really going to be facilitated to launder his tanky bullshit to the wider public? This is so fucked. Dan, are you going to go after Hasan and Clancy for every little thing? Even the precarious things like Clancy watching porn of his employee and Hasan over the brothel shit, etc. is making its endeavor look unhinged and ineffective. Why not focus on more solid, legitimate angles of attack? This is literally made up, by the way, the Dan Clancy thing. It's crazy. They're just like making up shit in their fucking Discords. And hi, I appreciate your feedback, but if you're just gonna have to accept that you are not going to know all the details behind the scenes, and it may seem like nothing is happening because of that. And I'm also not going to compromise what I'm working on just so a bunch of other people feel like progress is up to their standards. What they're doing last night, what they're cooking up in their Discord is like new ways of fucking, you know, trying to figure out how they're gonna make people hate me. You know, look at this. Yeah, they're in their community being like, let's mass email every time this dude goes somewhere. If you're looking to send some emails, Hasan Pod Save America emails, Listen to Treat CEO, Austin Fisher, like they have emails. Can you please prepare an email for me for the producers of Pod Save America to warn them about doing a collaborative stream with Hasan Piker? They should know that Hasan has stated America deserves 9/11. America deserves 1 million January 6s. That he has threatened a sitting U.S. senator. That's crazy, man. They are trying to chat GPT prompt a fucking mass brigade harassment campaign. Try reporting to the Discord server for brigading. Those fuckers need to get a reality check. It's just not going to happen, I don't think. They are trying to deplatform you. They have not stopped. It's just kind of funny that like when it doesn't work, they just lose their minds. They're like, why isn't it working? It's like blackpilling me. Why isn't our efforts working? You know? it's just kind of wild that like this used to be kind of a no-no, you know, back in the day. It was it was something that was relegated to like the anonymous forums online. And communities that like openly did stuff like this were not mainstream, you know what I mean? They were not considered they were usually cast aside by other communities. Like people would be like, this is weird. Like, I don't know why you're doing this. This is kind of fucked up. And now it's just like so open. It's just now so open. This level of fucking brigading is so open, so out there, and so deliberate. Where, you know, 1 year ago, D would call people doing that cringe losers and it was a bannable offense on a sub. Yeah, now they're just like openly doing it, where like they just don't give a shit. They're like, no, I'm trying to brigade this person. I'm trying to fucking go after anyone that even aligns with this person. And it's like, it's a foolish endeavor. And I think ultimately what, you know, this is like bricking people's brains. It makes them sadder. You know what I mean? You have a finite amount of time on this earth, okay? This is the point I always make, is like, is it making you happy or is it making you sadder? Are your actions actually contributing to your mental sanity? Are your actions actually contributing to your life in a positive way? Or are they fucking your brain up a little bit, you know? And I think that this is genuinely devastating for people's mental sanity, for people's attitudes. It's just not good. Like spending so much time hyper focused on like taking out one guy and trying to like ruin one person's reputation like this, especially when it doesn't fucking work, is just, you know, how do you think normal people like PSA watchers see hater comments like this? I don't think they see it. Most people don't fucking look at the comments. Like, you already are not a normie if you're reading comments on a fucking YouTube video, you know? But yeah, the discourse on TikTok about this is genuinely mind-blowing. Look at the comments. Oh, damn, dude. Good one. Busted open. And you're the HasanAbi girly too. Take a day off. Busted Open is the OG HasanAbi girly pop nation, the one that did the TikTok to be like HasanAbi girly heads rise up. Yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted. This is how can they do this during his anti-Semitism controversy? Destiny is actually a supporter of the Democratic Party. This is madness. At what point are we still going to admit that none of this has worked? He's still on Twitch, popular as ever. He's still on mainstream media. And now there's the Pod Save America thing too. Shit doesn't stick to this man. It doesn't matter what he does. And the thing is, bro, I lost motivation. I don't know. I feel like we need to tune out for a bit. The fact that we're allowing live streaming terrorist propaganda straight into children's heads, like nobody cares. And then that person gets featured on a mainstream Democratic podcast with no pushback. What the fuck are we doing? See, scratch the surface. You're close, okay? To the people who are maybe hate watching right now, you're close to understanding the truth, okay? When you get really invested in a community, including this one, okay? When you're in an online space like this and you're constantly getting this kind of feedback, I promise you, you become like a QAnon style individual, okay? That's it. The constant feedback that you're getting from others who are like-minded, who are singularly focused on you know, going after one person and saying this guy is like a fucking crazy guy, and all you're seeing are other clips that are also out of context, that are being negatively framed and priming you into believing that I'm this like evil fucking person, this singularly evil, ontologically evil person. You are being misguided, okay? You are being misguided. That's why the way you're seeing the world is directly at odds with so many others. They don't see it the same way that you do. The problem is, I'm not getting away with anything. I'm just not anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm secretly and cynically trying to do anti-Semitism and get people into a secret anti-Semitic bind. Okay? I'm not doing that at all. But you've been primed into believing that. And I don't know how to fucking fix that for you. Like, you're just not, you are directly at odds with reality. That's the problem. That's it. And I think that like, you can just keep saying over and over again, like, oh, it's just like Trump. He just has a cult or whatever. But like, it's copium that, no, the new thing is saying is you arriving at accidental anti-Semitism. That's ridiculous. I have actively fought back against anti-Semitism and probably educated many people in this community about what anti-Semitic markers look like, okay? Like dog whistles look like. The fuck are we talking about? And that's just a person moving the goalpost to try to like reframe the narrative and try to come up with like a better way to you know, smear me. That's it. What's worse is that they're willing to put their community's mental health in the gutter just to get back at you. Yeah, and when it doesn't work, they're just like, they double down. And it's cultish thinking. And I know that there are people out there in these communities that care about the truth, that care about logic, that care about critical thinking. And I think that a lot of people that fancy themselves as logical, critical thinkers can still be easily duped when they find me as an ideological enemy and look for a sense of community. Okay? Can I offer you a reasoned, rational response from the... What? We will continue to hate watch. Hi, Hasan. No, fuck yourself. He does the same level of programming as Fox News with fake news. Bro's obsessed on Thanksgiving. We're not fucking schizo. Stop saying wild shit. Blue Anon. Hasan, we just hate you, bro. Nothing will change this. All right. I mean, I like that they're like, it's not weird that we are hate watching you on Thanksgiving. It's actually weird that you're even bringing up the active brigading efforts that we have contributed to that have failed, that is actually bricking our brains. I'm being charitable on Thanksgiving and I'm trying to be as nice as possible to all the hate watchers and telling them, look, like there's a reason why the way you see the world, okay, the way you see me is directly at odds. You can go to other places and there are plenty of places out there where people will say the same things that you want to hear. Okay? There are plenty of places online you can go to, like the Keemstar Orbiters, the Drama Farmers, and the like, right? Where they'll be like, no, he does suck. And you can find a shared sense of purpose there. But the broader community, both online and outside of the internet, don't see it that way. One must interrogate the reasons why. And it's not because they just haven't encountered the right clips, okay? Dr. Mike Israetel is a great example of this. The conversation that I had with him where he was like, oh, I read this thing where like someone was saying that like another person was claiming that you might have been anti-Semitic or whatever. And it's like, it's all cancel culture. For a lot of people, that's how they see it. Understandably so, because it is that. It's not even fucking real. Yeah, this is how normies look at this stuff for the most part, you know? You have editorial control over it, right? Like I'm live for 8 hours a day, talking about hot button issues, political stuff. So a lot can be misconstrued purposefully. Sure. And things get clipped out of context deliberately. So there's like the good and the bad, you know what I mean?
I read an article about you recently that like, you know, you're an anti-Semite or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was one of those articles where like the longer I read, the more I wanted to break my phone open because I was like, you motherfuckers quoted a quote of some guy's tweet who alleged some very vague generality.
Yeah, it's
like
ridiculous.
Of a guy that you were on a panel with and the guy said some funny jokes and that guy was actually Jewish. And I was like, I'm not reading this shit anymore.
Yeah.
It was a classic example of like, just take as much as you can out of context as possible. It was just like,
yeah.
I'm sure you see a lot
stuff
of
like, yeah, of course. That stuff like that happens all the time, especially in political stuff.
Oh,
it's like,
God.
Because people have like an ideological perspective.
They already hate you.
They're already primed. It's not real accountability. It's when it's nefariously enforced like this. There's no anti-Semitism in Hasan's commentary, and he actively fights back against anti-Semitism. It comes across as hateful cancel culture, and it's pathetic that you will still spend your days using Destiny's offline chat on his personal site, the group Hate Watch Hasan. You cannot seriously think you're normal for doing this. I don't think they think that they're normal. I think that they think that what they're doing is good because like it reaffirms their sense of purpose. It gives them a sense of community. You can find a sense of community elsewhere. You can find a sense of community here. You know, I always will be as charitable as humanly possible. Okay, to people. A lot of people use that and abuse that and come in here and go, just curious to just like say some bullshit. But you are not on a righteous cause. You're doing QAnon shit, and it's crazy. And I hope one day you can snap out of it. And I know people do. I know some people snap out of it. Some people are super primed. They feel isolated. They feel alienated. They have nothing that's like, you know, guiding them. And they feel like this, you know, being a part of this community is actively helping them feel like they have a sense of purpose in the world. But I know for a fucking fact that you can get better and you can snap out of it. I believe in you. I will always believe in you. And I hope you can do it. Even if you know, I hope you lead a better life regardless. Even if it wasn't self-serving, I would want that for you. Anyway, everyone can change. It's not too late. It's never too late to just open your eyes to the reality. Unhealthy food politics feels good and is bad for you. Oh, this is cockaganda. Anyway, but yeah, the reception has been rather positive, and I'm very appreciative of that. Adam McKay wants to come on the stream. Talking to him right now. The GOAT. Very exciting. Will came on and was like, hey, Adam, Hasan, and I would love to have you on our podcast. Maybe we can line up a stream podcast appearance one day. Yeah, it'd be great to have him on the pod as well. Kiwi here. I was a right-winger until I started listening to you cook like 6 months ago. I agree with maybe 95% of your Correro now, which 6 months ago would have been insane. Bro, 3 years ago, I came to the conclusion that finding a sense of community online is brain rot. Just watch your favorite streamer, and once they're done streaming, don't fight their battles, live your lives, and be happy. Yeah, that too. That's definitely healthier as well, for sure. What is this?
Good. It isn't happening already. You come blood. I don't come blood every time. It's only been like twice. What? And like once when I was at Hasan's house. And the other one was like, I think it was just like a cut on the tip. What? Of the second time, to be honest. It was because it was a different color blood. Like it was like more red than like dark red. The other one was like dark red. So
that is crazy. I don't think you're supposed to do that. I don't think your penis is supposed to do that, my man. Holy fuck. Anyway, speaking of Janksgiving, let's get ready to rumble, okay?